What if Mufasa had a will? What if Darth Vader had a trust? And what exactly did Harry Potter's parents leave behind? If you've ever wondered about the legacy lessons hiding inside your favorite movies, welcome to 82 Toothpicks. I'm Ethan. I'm joined by Thad and the Ambers. We believe every movie is an estate planning movie. You just have to know where to look. So grab your popcorn, settle in, and let's talk about the movie.
Welcome back to 82 Toothpicks, everybody. We're excited after a couple weeks hiatus for Amber and I. You guys did a podcast last week, I heard.
Yep.
That one went well.
It did.
But we're getting back into our Oscar nominee one. So the movie you did, that was nominated for some Oscars.
It was nominated for Best Picture, Best Animated Picture.
Yep.
Okay, fantastic. This one we're doing this week is another one that is in the running, right? Mm-hmm. Oscars are coming up. Mm-hmm. Is it next week?
I think so.
Okay.
Like it might be Sunday.
Great.
Ooh.
Amber, what did we watch?
We watched F1,
Okay.
which was completely different from everything else we've watched in the Oscar category, which was kind of fun.
Correct.
I think that's a fair assessment. Are any of you racing fans?
Not at all.
Okay.
I mean, I've seen
No.
all the Cars movies. Does that make me a racing
Yes.
fan?
This felt like a
This
Cars
does.
movie.
This
I was
movie
saying the whole
gave
time.
Cars vibes.
This is Cars
Yep.
3. It literally is.
It felt like that.
Cars 3.
Thad,
Not
are
Cars
you-
2, because that
do
one's
you-
not very good.
Watch car racing?
Do I watch car racing? I do not.
Okay.
I have a couple of friends who are really into F1. I know like 1 out of 10 on it though. Like if somebody names some drivers, I could probably say I'm familiar with it, or I might know what team they're on. But I don't think I wouldn't say I'm
Okay.
even
about
a casual fan.
Other
though.
kinds of car racing. Do you two like
so my
Daytona
my
or that
my wife
sort of
is
thing?
from Knoxville, Iowa,
okay, yeah.
and anybody who is into racing knows about Knoxville.
Yep.
Okay, so I've been to sprint car events. She was actually in the Knoxville beauty pageant one year, which was fun.
Nice.
That's so fun.
She
Love that for her.
she has done parades. Her family essentially all summer long, every Saturday night, listens to the races on the radio, which is bizarre to me.
That's really funny.
Like the sport that is already unentertaining. Like
Unentertaining.
like what's the commentators say? Like they're turning left. Like
The road only goes one way.
yeah. Like additionally,
He changed lanes.
so where I grew up in Des Moines, the state fairgrounds were right there, and I could hear the races happening every weekend from
Yep.
my house. So racing culture, I wouldn't say I'm a big part of it, but I'm familiar enough. Any of you?
Really,
No,
not
not
at all.
really.
It's okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I found this movie to be very entertaining.
Sure.
And I actually learned a lot about F1.
Sure.
And it is very different from NASCAR.
Yeah.
My exposure to racing is primarily NASCAR, and I do not understand why you would watch that. I just don't.
Race
And
people are a
people-
different breed.
Yeah,
They
and
are.
people love that, and I'm happy for them.
Yep.
I'm right. I'm not gonna say you shouldn't like it. I just don't get it.
Yep.
Because you're going a circle, and it's a big circle.
Yeah.
And there's
Left
lots of
turn.
cars,
Left turn.
and it's still a big circle.
Have you guys seen Turbo,
No.
the snail movie?
I have heard of it, though.
I was thinking about that
With
one
the little-
too.
Little snail.
The snail
Racing snail.
falls into like a race car and like basically drinks, what is it? Nitrous oxide?
I don't
Wow.
know, some chemical, something.
Some chemical, and he can literally like race as fast as a car.
Yes.
What a movie.
Yeah, I know.
That should be our next one.
No, it was not an
Okay.
Oscar winner.
That's fine, I guess.
Anytime I've ever been in a racing situation, like in a go-kart or something, I'm too passive. Not like passing people, as in, no, you go ahead.
Yeah.
And you can't have that mentality.
That surprises me. Literally not at all,
Yeah.
Thad.
You say, "Oh, you go ahead,"
I mean, I drive that way. Yeah.
like Mario Kart. Can we
Of
talk
course.
about Mario Kart?
Oh my gosh, I hate Mario Kart. 1 second. I hate how good my wife is at Mario Kart.
There
One
you go.
second.
Her and I just got the gold on every 8 track on 200cc.
Mario Kart 8.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's tough. 200cc is tough.
And she got gold on everyone, and I got second about on everyone. And it's not even fun because I just know she's gonna win. Stupid. I can't even do it.
But you're saying go in front of me, so then that's maybe why you're not winning.
Not on Mario Kart.
Oh, oh, that's what I
Mario
thought.
Kart is cutthroat.
Well, it should be.
So,
I agree.
so what's this movie about?
Sorry,
It's about animated characters driving go
No,
karts.
no.
sorry,
and a
no, it's
snail.
not.
Rein it in. Rein it in.
Not that movie.
It's Brad Pitt.
That's
And-
it. That's the movie's about.
The movie is Brad Pitt.
And Javier
Kinda.
Bardem.
And he is older for a driver compared to everyone else that's driving, and he gets I really didn't understand the beginning of the movie. He's like retiring, but he only races like a couple times if requested, kind of a thing.
He's like a sub. He's
Yeah.
a retired racer.
Yeah.
And people ask him to fill a seat if they need a
If they
driver.
yeah. So a friend asks him to be part of a team. His teammate is a very young rookie who's kind of cocky and doesn't really appreciate that Brad Pitt is there. Brad Pitt doesn't appreciate him. Thinks he's too stuffed up. And then they race as a team, which was interesting to me. Never seen that before.
That was new to me too. I
Yeah.
thought that was cool. That was a
Yeah.
cool,
You're both out there working together.
cool aspect of
Yeah.
F1 that I didn't know anything about.
Yeah. So it's kind of about their season together. They
Uh-huh.
go to a bunch of different races. There's some crashes and injuries along the way for both Brad Pitt and the rookie. JP, yes.
Josh? Was it Josh?
Josh.
It might have been Josh.
Joshua,
Joshua
right?
Pierce?
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah.
right.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Like any good movie, there's several layers to the plot because the overarching story is Apex is the racing team.
Sure.
They need a driver, and they need a driver because they haven't scored any points in the first half of the season.
Yeah.
And if they don't do better, if they don't win some races or at least score some points, the company that owns the team is going to sell the team.
Right.
So you have that storyline, and then you have Brad Pitt, right? Sonny Hayes. His storyline is, right, he's this retired racer. He was very nearly killed in a F1 crash very early in his career. And then you have the conflict between him and JP, and you have sort of the subterfuge, interesting corporate politics storyline that goes along with the potential sale of the team. So there's just lots of layers. But the story kicks off really with Ruben, who's played by Javier Bardem, asking Sonny to join his team.
Mm-hmm.
Talked about, you thought the team competition was interesting.
Yeah.
I thought that was, I'd never seen anything like that too, but the point system made me think of cross country. How they do.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah. Jason ran cross country
You're
for
not
a couple of years.
Little distance runner.
I'm not a runner at all.
You and me both, sister.
But for that, they score points based on like the top 10 or top 20. And however many runners you have at which places get different points. And that's how they decide which team wins the cross country meet. But that's the only time I'd seen
Yeah, because
Right.
that
like
style of scoring
with a
before.
cross country team, you can win the race. The guy, the first place person, scores a lot of points. But
Mm-hmm.
if you have multiple people who finish in the top,
Yeah.
however many, you can still
you
win
have
the meet.
3, 4, 5, 6,
Gotcha.
but not 1 and 2, you
Right.
could still be
Right.
the winning team.
So it's how well both of you do.
Yeah.
That's why they would like celebrate each other's wins,
Right.
Sonny and JP.
Yeah.
Yep.
Once they stopped hating each other.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah. Why do you think
Good
this
stuff.
movie is nominated for an Oscar?
I don't know. Sorry, that was a very quick answer.
No,
I genuinely was
the
like,
story was very not milquetoast, but it was just
Yeah,
like a normal.
It was a basic sports racing movie
Yeah.
kind of.
yeah,
plot.
like it wasn't
Like-
different than any other.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of movies I could put into that category, and I feel like it doesn't stand out too much. I mean, it was good.
Sure. What? I mean, why does any movie get nominated for an Oscar, right? Is it the storytelling?
Do you
Is
know
it
the reason, Ethan? Are you
film work?
Oh,
Is it
okay.
the...
Yeah.
There were times in the movie where we kind of blended reality with virtual. So they had this simulator that they would use.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there were times where I didn't know if they were driving or if they were in a simulator, right?
Oh, interesting.
No, you could tell by context they were practicing things.
And the
right?
sound.
Yeah. But I think if I had to pinpoint it, it was we are filming something from a first person perspective through a lot of this movie, right? What do they see, right? It's not just the car driving next to another car. It's from this car, I can see the car next to it, behind it.
What it's like to sit in that
Yeah.
in that seat.
So
What was it nominated for?
Technical achievement, primarily. I mean, the acting is great. Javier Bardem is always good.
Sure.
Brad Pitt is a genius.
What does that mean? Technical.
Right. So they filmed a lot of this movie during F1 races.
Okay.
So
Yeah, if you look at the actor credits, most of them are not actors. They're
drivers.
Yeah,
Drivers.
I did
Really?
notice
Yeah.
that.
yeah.
Yeah. So the filming techniques and the approach to getting authentic F1 racing content.
Documentation. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. They just did they took a unique approach to filming.
Yeah. I think they pioneered some tech too. I read somewhere on like the actual camera rigging to attach it to the cars, like when Brad Pitt is in the car and you can see the cars coming around him.
So
or
was
that
he
kind of
actually
thing.
driving? Brad
I
Pitt?
don't know the answer to that.
I don't know either.
Oh. But I guess, I mean, like, I felt like we were there at all the F1 races. So they did a good job,
Yeah.
like, immersing you into this is what it really feels like.
Yep. Sound design is
Yeah.
the list that I found. Sound design is a big one.
Okay.
Which is very much part of immersion, right?
Mm-hmm.
You feel like you're there
Yep.
because it sounds like you're there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, the director is a pretty high caliber director. The cast was pretty excellent.
Yeah.
Very authentic, right?
Yep.
I mean, the technical director for the team, Lisa.
I have it here.
I thought it was Kate.
Oh, I
Kate.
bet yes, it
the
was
Irish person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved. I could just sit and listen to her
Yeah,
talk.
I
She
wanted
was-
her to talk
accent
more.
was So cool.
Fantastic. Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah. I loved when they had the team like game plans where they would all sit with their headsets on and talk into their mics.
Okay, yeah. Why did they have
Yeah.
headsets on? Why can't they just talk out loud?
Because that's what they would be hearing in the race. Like that's how they communicate with one another.
Oh, so it's practice?
I
To have the
don't know if
headsets
it's a
on?
practice.
I don't know the reason, but I
I,
mean,
thought about that the whole time. I'm like, why? I mean, I don't care, but like, why?
when you have a room with 50 people in it, do you want people shouting?
They're all sitting close enough you can hear each
A
other.
giant conference table.
Make it
And
smaller.
then we had all of the people
Make it
around the
smaller.
conference table, like in
Yeah.
the upper deck and stuff.
Okay, I guess.
Like if they have an intercom system, they already use all the time anyway. Might as well
And
just...
then other people can hear their strategy and steal their plans.
I thought it was interesting that so to that point, I thought it was interesting the way they the announcers could hear what they were saying in the radio
Yeah.
during the race.
Oh,
and
yeah.
and then it was even more interesting the way they communicated how like the things they would say and then imply something else, right? So plan C, what's plan C? Plan C is chaos.
Yeah.
Plan C is
Combat.
conflict,
Yeah.
combat. Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked how they, had all those different plans for like even how you put on the tires throughout the race. And I didn't know there was different tires.
No.
Maybe that's general knowledge, but I didn't know there were hard and soft tires and that you switch back and forth.
One of the cool things that F1 does is during the race, if you watch on TV, you can actually hear the teams talking at different points.
Oh, that's cool.
Like it will switch cameras to different cars, and then you can hear their teams talking.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's not secretive. It's never private. People can hear what you're saying the whole
Sure.
time.
I don't know if the other teams can hear it or if they just do that for the audience.
Okay.
But that style was so popular that they actually adapted it to other like sports. So now if you're watching a basketball game, there are times like in a timeout, well, they'll put a mic in there so you can hear what that team's doing.
Or the
other team
QB
doesn't
is
know.
mic'd up
Yes.
or something like that during a football game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that all came from F1.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Shall we talk favorite scenes? Because I have one.
Yeah.
What is it?
Hit me.
The poker scene.
Okay.
In the restaurant.
Yeah. When Kate's like,
casino thing.
you two hate each other. We're going to play poker and we're going to deal with this. And I thought that was awesome. I
Yeah.
said, good job, girlfriend, setting that up.
She just dumps out the plant thing. These are our chips.
Yeah.
I know you have a set of cards on you.
Yeah. I thought that was a fun scene.
That was a fun scene.
They reconciled like a little bit. There was still more to do later, but also Sonny won, but didn't.
Yep.
He just kept that to himself and
that's
let JP think he won.
So you kind of are having that sense of him before that point, but that's the moment where kind of the whole team changes
Yeah.
in terms of how they approach him, because really the first half of this movie, everybody thinks he's a jerk,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And it turns out he's just trying to help this team win. And
Through more unconventional methods,
yeah,
I'd say.
and being a little bit
Yeah.
self-sacrificing, but he's also very aggressive on the track. And
Yeah.
it's interesting.
I think that was a pivotal moment in the movie.
So,
Yeah, I agree.
again, with the Cars vibes, because he's a little bit of that
Lightning McQueen.
See?
Doc Hudson
No, yeah.
kind of character.
JP is Lightning McQueen.
Come on, rookie.
Lightning McQueen. What a good movie.
So-
Okay, sorry.
Oh,
Anyone else have a favorite scene?
scene? I think, as a person who has no previous interest in car racing, I would put some of the race scenes as my favorite because they made me interested in watching the racing scenes. And like, I'm a person who, like, I can watch a war movie for the story and I will just zone out during the battle scenes because I don't care.
Sure.
Or
Yeah, you're
other
not
sports
going to watch
movies,
Remember the
or-
Titans because you love the football content.
I'm just not paying attention to the
You're
football
not-
game.
you're not
I know
cheering
that
for Rudy.
probably moves the plot out along somewhere, but I'm not like watching the sports part.
Yeah.
And I was watching the racing part and invested in how they were moving and their strategy and so I think I'm going to pick those racing moments just as my favorite, just because I know myself and it takes a lot to film something I don't know or care about and make me want to dive in and care about it.
How about that?
Yeah, it's a good one. I liked all the technical stuff. So there was a scene where he said, "We're not a better team than any of these other people, but if I can be 1/10 of a second better in this area, and 1/10 better in this area, and this area, and this area, then we're going to be able to compete."
That's
right?
1 second a lap.
Yeah. And if we do that 70 times,
yeah.
yeah.
that's first place.
Yep. So there were a couple of design scenes where they were saying, what can I do with the car? What can I do with my drill? What can I do with all of these areas just to be that much better?
Yep.
And just the strategy there I thought was really interesting.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I thought the scene where she's modifying the runners for the car so that it responds better in the dirty air.
Yeah.
And it took me a couple of times of them talking about dirty air for me to understand what they were talking about. But it's the turbulence coming off the car going around turns. And just that whole scene where she's got the aerodynamics through the computer and she's changing those, and you can see it. They show it several times in the different races where the runners are smooth and flat. And then when she changes them, they're all like curved and very, I mean, it looks like it's trying to break up the air instead of stay smooth. And I just thought that scene, particularly with the aerodynamics, graphical illustration on her computer and everything, I thought that was really cool.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I think the scene that stuck out to me was the scene after the poker scene when they're out on her balcony at her hotel, and she's talking to Kate is talking to Sonny, and I actually commented on it to Amber while we were watching it, that Brad Pitt is just so good, because that was just a normal everyday conversation, and it didn't feel forced. It didn't feel weird.
Really
it didn't
authentic.
feel like they were acting.
Mm-hmm.
He was authentic and vulnerable, and you believed it. And that struck me specifically that moment, just as a really an exceptional piece of acting.
Yeah.
Good job, Brad Pitt.
Oh, favorite characters.
Kate.
Little
She's
girl
the
power
coolest.
going on over here. I like her too.
Yeah.
But
She's the coolest in the
she
whole
is
movie.
the coolest. But I was going to say Jodie, who was the girl on the pit crew,
Oh, yes.
which is why I said we've got girl power going on over here
Ooh.
on the couch. The two female
The
characters.
Amber couch.
The
Yeah.
Amber couch filled with power.
Who do you got?
That hated that.
Maybe a little. Yeah, maybe a little. Kate is on the top of my list too, probably. But for the sake of another character,
Yeah.
I think Ruben is strong.
Yeah.
Just he's not the protagonist.
Sure.
But it's his story because of the whole point of the movie, right? That overarching plot is it's his team and it's his baby, and he wants the success. So I think he plays that role well, or fills that role well. I also really like. I'm going to call it the team, but not Kate and not but like everybody working together, like the way that team has character.
Mm-hmm.
Right, the guy who's red hair and glasses.
Yeah.
He's talking to him in the headset.
Yeah.
I just really liked the interactions of the team and the way they kind of came together over the course of the movie.
Right.
I thought that's not really a character, but I think that's
development of characters.
yeah. It was just all together, right? Like
Yeah.
because any one of them by themselves probably don't have that same connection, but all of them together. Yeah. I really enjoyed that part.
I like JP.
I knew it.
Okay. I like that the movie starts and he's the cocky rookie who worked really hard to get there, right? But he knows that if this team folds, I'll just find another team, right? At the same time, by the end of the movie, he is wearing the socks and he's leading the team runs and he is doing what he can because he knows that is his future, right? Like he could be a star. He's just got to get there. So I think his development and taking the crash and how it changes his character. And when he realizes in the simulator, like if I had just taken the advice, I wouldn't have crashed, right? So I think his growth through the movie is what I like.
That sequence where he's in the simulator, he does it over and over and over again until he nails it.
Yeah.
That's launched by the scene with his mom confronting Sonny in the hallway, and he hears it, and she thinks Sonny told JP to do what he did. Yeah. And he knows better.
Yeah.
And Sonny doesn't say anything. And I think
that
moment launches the moment where he goes to the simulator and drives until he gets it right. And then he says that later. He tells his mom later. But that sequence was a very specific character development.
Right.
I agree it's a cool story.
Uh-huh.
And speaking of cool accents, his mom's Jamaican accent was pretty great
Yeah,
too.
that was fun too.
Cool.
Game.
Well, game time.
Game.
We're gonna see how this goes.
What does that mean?
I don't know. It's different than anything we've ever done. Essentially, there was a game they were playing. I don't know how to pronounce it. I found it online. It's called it's BAKAT, so maybe Bacat. So this is where they're in the gym and they have these light boards and they're testing reflexes, right? So as it lights up, you have to hit the one. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna play that. But we're gonna play that via podcast. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So it's gonna be a mental reflex game.
Oh dear.
Yep.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. I need my pen.
Amber.
All right.
Oh dear.
That's really cute.
One of you is going to go first. Okay. I'm going to say a word.
Are we supposed to see this?
Yep.
That you're holding? Okay.
Yep. That's why I'm holding it like this.
Okay.
I'm going to say a word. Okay. If it's an animal, the person going is going to say hit. If it's a vehicle, they have to say pass.
Oh,
And if it's anything other than those two things, they don't respond. And I'm going to say these lists really fast. So as I'm talking, you are interrupting me and saying each one of these, similar to the it lights up and I hit the button. Okay.
All right.
are we competing against each other? We all go one at a time.
We're going one at a time.
Okay.
I'm going to give you 10 words and you have 10 seconds. So if you pause and think about it, you're going to run out of time. And at the end, if you give the right answer, the wrong answer, no answer at all, whatever, I'm going to give you points.
Oh, no.
So no answer is a right answer if it's supposed to be. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Amber, I might need your help being the timer
Okay.
because I can't mark both.
10-second timer?
Yeah, if you got it on you.
Yep.
Who wants to go first? Ethan gets to go first. All right.
When do I start?
We're
When you
all-
start saying words,
You're going to give us a 3, 2, 1, go.
and then you're going to start saying words.
Correct.
Okay, ready? Is everyone ready?
No, but okay.
Okay.
All
3, 2, 1, go.
Dog.
Hit.
Car.
Pass.
Pizza. Bus.
Pass.
Tiger.
Hit.
Chair.
Time.
I think I was pausing more.
Yep.
I think you were.
Okay.
That's okay. Just do it the same for everybody. Then we're
It's fine. Because I have to did you get the right answer or not? Good thing it's recorded. Ready?
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Doghouse. Carpet. Bird.
hit.
Plane.
Pass.
Hot dog. Scooter. Lion. Bus
Hit.
stop.
Time.
Is a scooter a vehicle? Probably.
I would say yeah, but
I spent too much time debating whether it was or not to say
you
anything.
can move around on a scooter.
Yeah, but that doesn't make it a vehicle. You can move around on rollerblades too.
That's so true. Okay.
All right. Ready, Amber?
Okay. Yeah.
Are you okay timing yourself?
Yeah. I have the sound up, so it'll just yell at me. And time's
Okay.
up. Okay.
Ready?
3, 2, 1, go.
Cat.
Hit.
Bike.
Pass.
Dog.
Hit.
Pizza. Truck.
Pass.
Tiger.
Hit.
Plane.
Pass.
Chair. Bus.
Pass.
Oh,
See, you got through the whole list with her.
No, I didn't. She had 2 more. Yeah, there were 2 more on there.
All right.
Do we go again?
Both of them you went faster than you did with me.
I know. You want to go again?
Nope.
Why not? One more round for each of us?
It's fine. If you got a list.
3, 2, 1, go.
One sec.
oh, that go.
It's not being
Sorry.
really creative. I'm just going to go backwards. All right, ready?
Are you good now?
Yep.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Pizza. Tiger.
Hit.
Scooter.
Pass.
Apple. Plane.
Hit.
Cat.
Hit.
Car.
Pass.
Dog.
Hit.
Boat.
Hit.
Time.
Horse.
Horse.
Okay. You didn't get that last one.
No, I didn't.
Horse.
Okay. All right. Okay. So,
I took a different strategy that time. You may have noticed.
no.
I
was,
mostly was just saying hit unless
Did
it
you
was
really?
obvious.
Okay.
Really?
Because I heard a couple of them and I was like, I don't think that's right, but okay.
You did say hit on one vehicle for sure. I noticed.
Was it? Okay. Because okay.
I have the bluey theme.
Okay.
song.
I have that you got 5
You're welcome.
5 out of 10 on that one, Ethan.
I did better on the first one.
Okay. Amber, I have 1, 2, 3, 8 for you.
Which Amber?
You, Amber. 7. That's what I have for you.
All right.
That was hard to moderate
I'm sure.
because as I was reading it, I had to figure out if you said the right answer while also reading the next one.
We need like 2 people to do your job, I feel.
So 1 timer, 1 scorekeeper, 1 reader.
So we need twice as many people to play this game.
Well, it's a good thing we're hiring somebody.
It's a fun game.
Okay.
Like compared to some of them.
Yeah, that was fun.
It's different. I like trying something different.
I would have done very poorly on this game.
Do you want to try it?
No, I don't.
Not even a little.
Give me the thing and we'll try it.
I need to process. And there are too many times where I'd be like, oh, a horse is kind of a vehicle.
How do I?
That's what I did with Scooter. I was like,
Scooter.
I debated too long. All right. I can time it for you.
This isn't going to go well.
So I'm going to. Okay. Do you need this?
Yeah.
Okay. Amber, you're going to time?
Yep.
There's not enough space in this pod lab. Okay. All right, Thad, are you ready?
Yep.
I'm ready when Amber
You
says
ready?
go.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Dog,
Hit.
car,
Pass.
cat,
Hit.
plane,
Pass.
apple, scooter.
Stop.
1, 2, 3, 4,
6?
5.
Yeah. You got this. You got the last one would have given you 6.
Yeah, it's okay.
You just
I hesitate.
Yeah, you did.
I'm cautious. I want to analyze it, make sure it's right.
I didn't even hold this up for you.
Double check.
I'm so sorry.
I could see it.
That was terrible of me.
It's fine.
That was fun.
So there was a scene where Brad Pitt was hitting things off of a wall at different
Tennis
speeds.
balls.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's a big thing in hockey right now. Where they'll usually do it with 2 or 3 tennis balls at a time.
And then that's what he was doing in the movie.
Yeah. Those things are just those reflex. Like, I think I was watching a different movie recently, but they basically said if you think about it, you're gonna lose. Like, this has to be a gut instinct thing all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever have to do the thing? I remember doing a thing in, I don't remember if it was science class or health class, where they would drop a ruler and you had to catch it, and your reflexes based on how many inches.
No, but I would lose that.
I don't think I ever actually caught the ruler.
Really?
Like, because if you don't grab it fast enough, it just hits the floor.
Ugh.
But it's supposed to test how fast your reflexes are, and I was one of those people, like,
that was
slower than the ruler.
That was a trending game that they would do, like, on social.
Oh, yeah.
media. You'd see it on Instagram or
Sure.
TikTok where it'd be a group of people. Most often I saw it coming, like people leaving a football practice or something. Like
Sure.
one of the teams I follow. But it's like a board with things on it that drop randomly, and you have to catch them.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Huh.
But you don't know which one's going to drop.
Wow.
It's like the reverse of whack-a-mole.
Yeah.
And you don't know when it's going to pop up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Cool. Thanks for playing my game.
Yeah.
That was,
That
a
was
good
fun.
idea.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's a good
I
one.
wasn't sure if that was going to work when you described
Yeah.
it. And it was
It
good.
did,
It was
yeah.
good.
Cool.
Who saw some estate planning? Amber.
So the first time we meet JP's family, she talks about how when his dad died, right? A lot of what he was doing was seemed to come from whatever legacy his dad had left him. And she talks about, like, just remember what your dad said when you would be in a situation like this, right?
Yep.
Sonny's dad also died when he was 13,
Mhm.
right? And that's kind of, we talked about that earlier. That's how they bonded at the poker game, really. But it was, I mean, there's the stuff later, but as far as legacy goes, a lot of this is built on what could have been and what is to come based on what had happened in the past, right?
There is a scene in, it's like the last third of the movie,
Yeah.
where they say that specifically.
Uh-huh.
This is your legacy.
Right.
So we were like, yeah, it's
There it
still
is.
planning.
That is exactly what I said. I went, oh, there it is.
I mean, I was going to pick Legacy just to say that out loud, but I was like, "Ugh, we do that every time, and I want to be different.
Okay.
But I think there's an element that if every movie actually includes elements of legacy, which I think we are finding out with how often that comes up, that we tell stories about the things that are important to humanity,
Sure.
right? I think it's very affirming, actually, when we're talking about legacy, and that's a thing that is literally in every single story.
It
It's
transcends
affirming of our
cultures.
purpose,
It
right?
transcends.
That legacy purpose that we have as a law firm is a basic human element, the way it is told in stories. And so I think finding it in every movie sounds boring on a podcast. Like, well, I'm going to say legacy again.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I
not
think
creative.
it comes up so often because it is a really basic human desire to mean more than I do in this 80-year stretch of time that I'm on this earth.
Sure.
Yeah. I think that's valid.
We've watched F1. We watched K-pop Demon Hunters. We watched Hamnet. We watched Oppenheimer. We watched Elio.
Uh-huh.
We watched Coda.
Yep.
Legacy.
Those are all stories from very different cultures and times.
Yep.
And they all have that theme.
Yeah.
And so it transcends. It's not just about Western response or Western thinking.
Right.
It's global.
Yep.
Interesting. That? Anything else?
This is just a curiosity question, I guess. There's a scene where Sonny comes up to the team owner and says, I had a contract written in Tijuana that allows me to drive a car today. Do you have any idea what was going on there?
He was commenting on how he had this this release of liability put together by a totally reasonable and not sketchy at all lawyer from Tijuana.
Well, I mean, they do global
Nice.
travel. Like they were in Mexico City at one point.
Yeah.
It could have been a reputable firm.
Correct. But that's the implication is that
Yeah.
I went and got this off the street somewhere.
Okay, so
Right.
what was the point? That guy didn't want to let him drive because it was too risky. And he said, it doesn't matter because I want to risk it.
Yeah.
And
That
here
was-
is
That
the
was
release
exactly
of
the point
liability.
of that scene.
Interesting.
Yep.
Does ripping up a contract just make it go away? Like, can anybody in the world just be like, nah?
Ready, Thad?
Yep.
What do you think the answer is?
I think it doesn't just go away because somebody rips up the physical paper.
I think the answer is it depends.
Are there places where you're like, oh, it's torn, we're done?
If you destroy a will, physically destroy a will, it's revoked.
Who's you?
If the will is destroyed.
Really?
Yeah. Now,
That's why we have fire safes.
What if there's like a scanned copy? Doesn't matter because that's
If-
not the original physical
correct.
document.
What?
correct.
Oh.
You can. So, I believe that the technical requirement is that the person who made the will has to take the action that destroys it. But if it is an intentional destruction of that document, it is revoked.
Wow. I had no idea.
So if you
I
take a
didn't
will, and you take your will and you tear it in half, you just revoked it.
What if I tear someone else's will in half? Because I'm feeling chaotic.
That would be not dissimilar to trying to change your mom's power of attorney so that you get to make decisions for her, even though she's already incapacitated.
But is their will revoked if I tear it
No.
up? They have to do it themselves.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We need to get
But a will's not a
100 grain
contract.
paper.
A will's not a contract, right? So that's not actually the answer. The answer is it depends,
Yeah.
because you can contract for anything. So if the contract document itself says if this contract is destroyed physically, the contract is revoked, then the contract is revoked.
How would you know it says that if it's ripped up?
I mean, fair.
You would know it said that when you signed it.
Ah.
Here's another thing. Contracts don't have to be written.
I was gonna say
Handshake agreements.
some states.
Pinky
mean,
promise.
When
A
you
verbal
go
is-
when you go through the drive-through at Scooters and you order a coffee,
Yeah. You're entering a
at the-
contract.
you enter it, and they promise to provide you with the coffee, and you promise to pay them money for it.
Oh.
So when you pay on the app and you go through the drive-through and say, I have a mobile order for Ethan, they have your money already.
Yeah.
If they don't give you coffee at the window, and if they don't give you the coffee that you ordered,
Damages.
they breached the contract.
Yeah.
Right?
Is that why the cups say this is hot?
No, that has nothing to do with that.
That's not part of the contract.
The cups say this is hot because people are dumb.
They need to be warned.
You brought it up, so now you get the answer.
Yeah.
In that particular lawsuit, the coffee was actually unsafe.
Yeah, like 150 degrees. When
No,
it should
it
have
was
been
hotter than that.
Oh, like
it was
hotter?
like boiling, like 210 degrees.
Whoa.
And that's why they have to put that label on coffee now?
So they gave this person a cup of coffee that was unsafe, and the person sued because they got hurt by this
it splashed
unsafe.
on their hands or something,
Because it's
right?
it splashed on their. I think it was on
Their
their
lap.
lap.
Okay.
And it melted their clothes to them.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, because the coffee was that hot.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So you don't make a cup of coffee in the Keurig and get coffee that's 210 degrees.
Right.
But because that was their standard practice, so that people would take their hot cup of coffee
And it would stay hot.
and it would stay hot longer.
But you can't drink it for like 3 days.
You don't drink coffee anyway. You don't know.
I drink it sometimes.
They need some coffee ice cubes.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice. Yeah. So, so in that case, it was not because the person was dumb and didn't know they ordered hot coffee.
Yeah.
It was because they ordered hot coffee and it came out boiling coffee.
And it was a weapon.
Yeah. I mean, really. So
It was a weapon.
everybody laughs and makes fun of that.
Yeah.
Oh, of course my coffee is hot.
So when you said people are dumb, it's the people who made the coffee are dumb.
The urban legend
Yeah.
part of that story is that we have to put a label on these cups because people are so dumb that they don't know the coffee they ordered is going to be hot.
Sure.
But that's not actually what happened.
Did JP have a healthcare power of attorney when all of his teammates
Yes,
went to the hospital?
I'm glad you went there.
I was going to ask something along the same lines too.
I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah.
But his mom is in the hospital room with him
Uh-huh.
as his next of kin. And I'm not sure it mattered because he had capacity because he was still conscious. So I don't think it makes any difference.
To add off of that, here's my question. Since like they are in a dangerous sport, right? And they could get physically hurt, do they have to have like their documents? I don't want to say like the team manager has to have them, but like does someone on the team have to have access to their documents in case something does happen?
I would guess so.
During
I would.
the race?
I mean,
There are
our kids are going. Calica is going to march in a parade at in another town in Pella,
Mm-hmm.
and we have to sign a waiver.
Yep.
To allow her to go, and that we won't sue the school, but we also have to put an emergency contact on that form.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing that you're getting at. Who's the emergency contact?
Well, and I think there are situations. The obvious one is the military, but they're not the only group that does it. That part of signing up for this thing is you have to fill out these basic estate planning documents that we're going to give you so that in case you die.
Right.
That's what I was going to ask next.
Right.
If they have to fill
I
those
remember
out.
your sister and my brother going through that and calling us because they didn't have kids at that point.
Right.
Can we name your kids as part of this thing? Or
Yeah, for our, because my sister was single at the time and
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
had no kids, so she wanted to list our kids as her beneficiaries.
Ah, yeah. But that was required for them to fill
Yep.
those out.
they are not. You are not allowed to sign up for the military without.
There are
Filling out.
certain adoption agencies that
Yep.
require you to have those things in place too before as part of the adoption process.
Wow.
So it'd be
so you're
surprising to
proving
me
that
if,
I've got
like,
a
a-
guardian appointed in case something happens to me after I adopt this child.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if like a big company like that
Yeah,
wouldn't
I don't know.
require you to have some sort of power of attorney or something like that they could work with. I'm sure there's a million waivers.
Yeah.
If you die in this car, you're not gonna.
Yeah, that's interesting from a not just from a liability perspective, but from a contracting perspective. Let's talk about football, right? So American football is a dangerous sport. And there are rules and requirements imposed on teams and on players regarding player safety. But what happens if somebody, who was it that dislocated their knee? There's something happened in a game, and if they hadn't caught it right away, that it was this particular kind of injury. This was recent.
Cam Scadaboo?
Might have been.
Yeah.
Like he could have died.
Yeah. Oh, Alex Smith.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was it.
Could
Alex
have
Smith.
died?
Yes, because he was going to bleed out.
Yeah.
Because it's the break
Yep.
severed.
Oh, like an internal bleeding
Yeah.
kind of thing.
But they caught it, and so they were able to fix it. Right? Who's liable? And where's the assumption
The
of the
offensive
risk?
line.
Yeah, right. In that case.
Okay.
Huh.
So
the
yeah,
team doesn't want to be liable. The league doesn't want to be liable. The players don't want to be liable. Like, who is?
right.
The NFL.
Well, and then is it just this is an assumption of risk,
Sure.
and you know that this is dangerous.
And you probably are getting paid more because
Right.
you're doing something dangerous.
And-
I always think in that case about, I heard a whole TED talk one time about the tallest radio tower in the U.S. is in the middle of South Dakota. And there is somebody who their entire job,
Literally full-time job. They make
Full-time job.
like 6-figure salary.
yep, they work one day a year, but their job is to climb to the top of this radio tower to change the light bulb that shows airplanes.
The blinking light.
They work one day a year.
They work one day a year, but the assumption of risk is so high.
Because this thing is like 200, 150 stories high. Like just massive.
Yeah. So that's what I always think of when we talk about assumption of risk, that there's this person who gets paid a full year's salary and works one day, but they have to climb this silly pole all the way to the top.
I feel like I'd
Silly
rather work
pole.
multiple days a year. Otherwise, you like work yourself up. You're like, oh my goodness.
It's almost the
It's
day.
November 3rd. And tomorrow I have to climb the tower.
What if it rains?
Yeah.
I only had one day until retirement. What if it rains?
But I think that's relevant in the racing context.
Yep.
I think when you think about what they've done with concussion protocol now,
Sure.
and there are players who will do everything they can to hide that they are having concussion symptoms because they want to play in the game.
Right.
But the teams get in trouble if a player with concussion symptoms goes out and plays in the game.
Yes.
That's an interesting
Yep.
dichotomy. Who's responsible?
The
I don't know.
third party neurologist
And
at
I think
every
that-
game.
Applies here too, when it's like, why didn't you tell me you had this known injury from when they're looking at the x-rays of his spine when Sonny is in the
Yeah,
hospital.
He reads him all the pieces of injury,
Yeah, he's like-
items of injury on his
That was
medical
before.
report. And so he
Right?
goes, not real great at good news, are we?
Yeah.
And then it turns out it was a 35-year-old injury.
Yeah. You talk about hiding
Brother.
Uh-huh.
things that shouldn't have let him race.
Right.
Like, that's basically what was the
Ruben,
Ruben? I was going to say Ramon, and I was like, that's not right.
that's Cars.
That's Cars.
Also Lion King.
No,
That's
Timon.
Timon.
Dang it.
But basically, what he was saying is, had I had this list 6 months ago, I never would have put you on my team.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I think the medical piece is the piece of the story that is
Sure.
glossed over, but is absolutely relevant. Right, when Sonny gets hurt in his crash, when JP gets hurt in his car crash.
Sure.
But then you get into like Sonny's actively breaking things on the course, like on purpose.
Yeah.
Um,
Allegedly.
yeah. Who's liable for that?
Yeah. This is,
But those questions aren't really estate planning questions.
Right.
The medical stuff, the legacy stuff, that's absolutely relevant. But yeah, it's fun.
Uh-huh. All right.
Anybody see anything else? No.
This is so minor,
It's fine.
but it's
Do it.
fun. He makes a bet with a reporter for $10,000
Mhm.
and then sets aside that money and then later gives it to somebody to deliver to the reporter.
Mhm.
And I think about all the times we set aside money and have somebody else that is responsible
Oh,
for
yeah.
that money
There you go.
and who is
Yeah, it's
giving it
trustee.
for somebody else's benefit.
Thad, look at you.
As a trustee.
Yeah.
Good job.
That was a small one. Good work.
I totally forgot they actually made
Little
that bet,
detail.
and then they paid the reporter, and I was like, what is this for? It's like, he just got so much money. I need to pay better attention.
Yeah. Anything else?
I think we're good.
We ready to
We
rate
covered
it?
a lot of stuff.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Movies are fun. There are lots
Yeah.
of questions when you really just like dig into it.
All right. So we rate movies on this podcast on a scale of 1 to 10. Does somebody want to start with their ranking?
I can go.
Go for it.
So laugh, cry, think.
Okay.
Laugh. Probably I give it a 2.
Okay.
Because I thought Sonny was hilarious.
Uh-huh.
But that's really it. It was not a comedy by any stretch.
Nope.
But I thought Sonny was very good at
Yeah.
lightening the tension, and he had some good one-liners. So there was some funny stuff.
Yep.
Laugh, cry. 1.
Sure.
For me. This wasn't a real emotional movie. Maybe it's because it's a sports movie, right?
Sure.
But that can't be right because Rudy. Right. Yeah. Anyway, so 1 for cry. I'm going to give it a 2 for think.
Sure.
Because I encountered a sport that I knew nothing about and didn't care to know anything about, and found myself like really engaged with learning and understanding how this sport works.
Sure.
So I enjoyed that aspect of it. I thought that's one thing about this movie that I think was surprising. And I would watch it again.
Okay.
So 5, 6.
Yep. Cool. Amber?
I think I mostly agree with what Ethan just said. I think I'd give it a 2 for laugh. Yeah, some of the banter back and forth was very funny between characters. I didn't find this one to be your tearjerker, so I'm going to give it a 1 for cry. I've been going back and forth between 1 and 2 for think, because if something like Hamnet and Oppenheimer gets a 3,
Sure.
this was not just one step below that on a think for me. So I think I'm going to give it a 1 for think.
Okay.
I enjoyed watching this movie. If someone had it on, I wouldn't leave, but I'm not going to pick it.
Sure. You're not going to
again.
go out of your way.
I'm not going to go out of my way. So I think I'm going to say no, I would not watch it again.
Sure. So 4.
So that would be 4.
Okay. Cool. Amber?
I'm kind of in the same boat. Laugh, I had a 1.
Okay.
I just didn't laugh a whole lot throughout this movie. I mean, Sonny was funny, but I thought, to me at least, a lot of his humor was just kind of like, you're hilarious. I didn't have a lot of an emotional response, but there was some nice things at the end of him and JP learning to work better together. So cry is a 1. Think I also had at a 1. And I mean, I'm with Amber. I would watch this again. I'm not going to pick it, but I'm going to still give it a 1 because I don't know. In my mind, even though I'm not going to choose it, I'm not going to like you said, leave the room. So I'd watch it again. Just
You would?
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. So 4 for you too?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Okay. I think I was on the other end of the spectrum on this one. I think I'm the target audience for this movie, though.
We
Right.
said that about 3/4 of the way
Yeah.
through. Thad is loving this movie, and I can just tell watching it that Thad is loving this
Uh-huh.
movie, and I think that's great.
Laugh, I'm at a 2. Again, this was not a gut buster by any means, but the banter between the teams. I mean, there was a scene where I'm going to give you all my justifications now.
Yeah.
The teams couldn't communicate with each other because it's so loud, and they're all on headsets with their teams. But they knew what each other was doing. And at one point, they flip off the other team, right? So it's those interactions, those microaggressions between the teams that I thought were great. I thought, was it Kate, the Irish gal? She was hilarious to me. Brad Pitt was just funny. The contrast in style between JP and Sonny was good to us. So 2 there. Cry, I'm at a 2 on as well. There's some emotional, tear-jerking things. I mean, there's multiple car crashes. There's this idea of like learning to work as a team. There's love. There's loss. Again, it's not at the level of some of the other movies that we watched, but I thought there were some elements of emotion there. Think I got a 2 on this one as well. I have played a lot of poker, and anytime poker is depicted in movies, I kind of am drawn to how they do things, because poker is very much so a social game, but it's also a risk game. And we have this theme throughout the whole movie of he's got a deck of cards in his pocket. And Tristan and I were trying to parse this out. And the reason he had the cards, in our opinion, is that you don't know what your next card draw is going to be, but you have to play the hand you're dealt. And when he's on the racetrack, he doesn't know if it's going to start raining. He doesn't know what his opponents are going to do. He doesn't know how it's going to affect him, but he's always got to be thinking one step ahead, right? A couple of times throughout the movie, he forgets his cards at one point, and he kind of uses it as like this lucky charm. But at the same time, it's the idea that he wasn't prepared for what was about to happen, right? So having the poker themes throughout, having the strategy involved, I think there was a lot there. And then I liked this one enough. I probably would seek it out again. I thought it was well made. It was cool. We kind of have like a home theater setup, so it sounded amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I was at a 7 on this one. I thought this was a really solid movie.
I think that's great.
So,
yeah, it's good.
Any final thoughts on this one?
I was surprised how much I enjoyed watching it for a movie that is completely outside what I would normally seek out or choose to watch. So, on that note, I think I would encourage people to watch it even if it doesn't look super interesting to them.
I wasn't real excited to watch this one. And I enjoyed it way beyond that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. I thought it was funny. Trista said right after we finished it, "This is Cars."
That's exactly what we said the whole.
So that speaks to how well Pixar does.
Yep.
But B, sports movies are kind of sports movies. Yep. They're all going to feel the same.
Yeah.
If you've seen Major League, that is about a team owner who hires the wrong guy because they ultimately want to sell the team, and then they outperform expectations, right? Like we've all seen this movie before, but they did a good job telling a story in a different way.
Yep.
Also, it started with a Led Zeppelin song.
It's true.
That was pretty sick.
Just on the racetrack?
Yeah, like the very first
on
scene
Daytona.
of the movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, we got Led Zeppelin going on. This will be good.
Yeah, soundtrack was good.
I did like the soundtrack.
Can't believe Brad Pitt is still ripped. He's almost 60, and he just looks amazing in this one.
Yeah. You see him in the gym. Jeez. He's muscles on muscles. That's not cool, man.
He had
That's not cool, man.
He had the lattice work in the place where they were storing the cars, and he was doing pull-ups on those.
Yeah.
That is so hard. Like, if that was really him doing it, that's insane. Because you're like going from this grip or this grip to this grip, and you have to move your head. It's the stuff he was doing, if he was doing his own stunts in this movie, was nuts.
Yeah.
Good job, Brad Pitt.
Way to go, Brad.
Brad.
You're on a first name basis now.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. Thanks everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to 82 Toothpicks, a podcast from the Heisinger Law Firm. This episode featured your hosts, Ethan, Thad, and the Ambers, breaking down today's movie and the estate planning lessons hiding inside it. If you enjoyed the show, check out my It's Not Too Late book series for practical insights on protecting your family and your legacy. You can also visit heisingerlaw.com for more resources and past episodes of the podcast. Be sure to follow the show wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss an episode. And if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. And remember, every movie is an estate planning movie.